And we're live. Here we go.
Good to go.
Howdy, everybody.
Welcome back to Wilder Minds.
Christmas time.
It is Christmas time.
What do you think of the set?
We're getting there. It's getting dressed up.
Like my interior decorating skills?
You moved it from over there to right here. I like that.
I did.
That's
I
nice.
did. Had to
Looks
get
great.
Had to get it on camera.
Yeah.
So
We got a special guest we should talk about.
we do. Why
Yeah.
don't you go ahead.
You're going to hear a voice that's not ours, definitely. Sarah.
Hey, hello.
How you
I'm
doing?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah's here.
Sarah
Awesome.
Haney, class of
Sarah
95.
Haney.
She's here.
Yeah.
Class of 95.
Yeah, to age us already.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing this a lot. Just to set this up real quickly a little bit. So we did a giveaway hunt last year, and Sara Haney is the winner of the giveaway hunt. But serendipitously, everybody here's familiar with you, knows you,
Yeah.
and somehow you still won.
I know. It's
So-
crazy.
Yeah.
I think we got to start with a little bit of background there.
Yeah,
I'll
set
let
it
you
up.
do the background because you've known her longer than anybody.
Yeah, since school started when we were in kindergarten, basically.
Yeah, for real.
It's wild because we had
crazy.
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in that drawing. Or,
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, there was a lot.
Yeah.
And in Sarah's name, you guys were doing the
Yeah.
thing here, but when Sarah's name popped up, you guys called me and said, Sara Haney just won the hunt giveaway. I'm like, my Sara Haney? Like, get out of here. But yeah, we went to school in Beaverton our whole lives. Graduated, walked across the stage together in 1995 in Beaverton, and yeah, it's crazy.
Think
She's
about
still
that,
there.
Sarah.
My parents and my whole family's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty wild.
So you knew this guy back in the day.
Oh,
Like
back in
when
the
he was-
day, yeah, he's like a little small town hero there. You know,
Yeah.
everybody knows him. Everybody knows you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a big deal.
Yeah, it was a big
We're
deal.
going to have to get some dirt on Jay from the early
Oh,
days.
boy.
I'll
boy.
spill that for an uncensored
bit.
version.
I was a pretty good kid. There's
Yeah.
some little checkered history there if you look.
We all have that. So when we were doing the wheel, we spun the wheel live to win.
It's a digital wheel.
It's a digital wheel.
We have to do this by law.
Yeah,
the
by
way.
law.
Yes.
We did
want to
this.
make
It
sure
was
everybody
random.
understands this.
And yeah, you're right. There were several hundred entries in it. And so the wheel's just spinning around, and it actually came up Sarah H. So it didn't say Sara Haney, it said Sarah H. And so then we moved from the wheel and we sat down here, and I said to Renee, who was doing behind the scenes, looking up the information to get a hold of Sarah H. She said, I said, give me the number. Casey and I are going to call you on speakerphone. So she goes, okay. And she says the area code, and I go, really? It's our area code. I'm like, that's our area code. What are the chances of that? That's nuts. So she's giving me the number, and I'm typing it in and as I type it in, it comes up, your name comes up on the thing, and it says Sarah Taxidermist Haney on there. And I go, wait, what? Are you kidding me? So yeah, it was kind of crazy that that's how we ended up finding out it was you, is when we put the number in, it popped up on the phone.
Yep.
So that was kind of crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I will say that was probably one of the greatest phone calls ever. We made the phone call because your excitement, like I could feel it through the phone,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
Yeah.
I think the first thing you said was, holy shit, I never win anything.
And I am getting so much flack for that.
Really?
Yeah, because I literally won that summer a trip to Africa for a safari
really?
hunt. Yes. And so I said that, and they're like, oh yeah, poor Sarah, she never wins anything.
Yeah, right.
But I was so surprised, and literally until that, like, I don't win, like things like that don't happen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did.
Oh,
did.
if you want to talk about somebody who doesn't win anything ever,
Oh,
Sarah, if it can go wrong, it does. I was at Pizza Hut one time. They ran out of pizza sauce.
that's not a lie.
I
They
can't
actually
make
did.
that up. So that's my luck.
And I went up and said, can I get some dipping sauce? And they said yes. And he said, can I get some? And they said, we're out.
Oh my gosh.
Literally, I got
Pizza
the last of it. I said, but it's pizza sauce, and aren't you Pizza Hut? And the guy's like, yeah. And I said, what are you going to do for the rest of the day?
Yeah.
It's like,
They're out.
Couldn't believe it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So we should go buy a Powerball after this because it's at like 900 million right now.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're winning left and right,
Right?
I might as well
Christmas
might as
wish.
well make that happen.
Oh, Christmas.
Yeah,
wish.
that call though, like it couldn't have come at a better time. Like I had a really rough year last year and
Yeah.
like got Lyme's disease and
Yeah.
really bad. And then that came and I was just like, oh my gosh, no way. Like, and then everybody from home was just, right there supporting me,
Supporting.
thinking like, you deserve this. This is what you need. Like, and then, yeah, everybody hearing about it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
That's
What was
awesome.
cool is you went on like a 2.5 to 3 week hunt. This fall.
Yes.
Went to Kansas first.
Yes.
And then you met up with us in Missouri, but you posted it because people are dropping off stuff for the year.
Yep.
It's middle of the rut and then gun season.
Yes.
But everyone's super supportive on the Facebook page. There's dozens of messages. Good luck, we're pulling for you. It was cool.
Yeah, cool all of my customers and of course my friends and family, very supportive. Wanted me to be super successful. They're all rooting for me at home for sure.
Yeah,
that's so cool. We should also add that Sarah's a badass taxidermist.
She is.
Well, thank you.
Resurrected Art Forms. If anybody ever needs any work done, do you have guys or gals clients that send you stuff like from all over the place?
Oh yeah, from all over the United States. Yeah. We have a shipping company that comes and picks up stuff and takes it. Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, they do an amazing job. Sarah got me out of a bind one time with one. I needed one done quickly. I called her and she was like, bring it up. And then sure enough, she helped me, and it was, like a month or two, but she got me. And I was like, I'm giving you hopefully enough time. She's like, I don't know, but bring it up. And I did, and then she got it for me. So
I think that's got to be, you tell me you're the taxidermist, it's got to be one of the things that everybody always wants. Like, how quickly can you get this done?
Yeah, they want it yesterday.
Yeah.
And then when it's done, it's like, well, how much do I owe you? I'll come in 3 months.
Yeah, I'll come
4 months,
later.
5 months.
I actually, speaking of that, I still owe you $20 because I was 20 short when
I don't even remember it, so you're good.
I still owe you 20 clams, so we'll get that taken care of.
I think we're good on that.
You did riders. She did ride. I think I brought it in like first week in November, and by Christmas she was.
Oh, it was awesome. When I saw Riders is when I was like, okay, I need to go there too. Yeah. So
phenomenal,
amazing job.
In fact, when I saw the name pop up on my phone when you guys called to tell me, I was like, all right, what do I got to rush this time?
That's the best. Yeah, on your end, that's right. That would have been weird because you have my number. So you're like, why is he calling? I know why he's calling. He wants something rushed.
Right.
That's unreal. Yeah. Instead, I was like, no, why don't you join us in Missouri?
Yes.
On a whitetail hunt.
Oh, I was so surprised.
Yeah.
From a taxidermy standpoint, how many, what's a number that you take per year of deer?
Well, it varies depending on how much help I have and what's going on in the year. The year before we took on quite a bit, had a worker, getting things done, and then things happened. Lost my worker for a while. Then I got really sick, and we got behind, so that sucked really bad. And I'm still working on them. But so this year we narrowed it down. So like last year we took in 280 jobs for me, just a small town, kind of a one-person show, help here and there, and then got behind. So this year we dropped it down by 100. But I got my worker back. I got several workers actually coming in and helping, and we're getting things plugged out, and it's working out great.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Even when you bring those people in, you're still hands-on with just about everything.
Oh, everything. Yep.
You do all the finish work, right?
Absolutely. I do all the mounting and all the finish work and everything like that. My workers pretty much help with the intake and everything, and thank God I have them. But yeah, there's a lot that goes on. Like the whole month of November, there's barely anything getting mounted because the intake, and then the people come in, and one of the favorite parts of the job is hearing the stories, you know. So you want to be all invested on that person, telling, their hunt of their lifetime, you know.
Exactly.
You get just excited as they are listening to that story. So that's just time, and I'm not complaining about it. That's part of the job. But then that's work that's not getting done too. So I'll be hitting it 9, 10 o'clock at night, still out there, plugging away, trying to get people's stuff done.
Yeah, you don't really have hours when it comes to that. You're just kind of like, all right, I've got time now, I'm going to go.
Well, for a lot of people, those stories are important too, because when it comes to memorializing the hunt, like a lot of times, like if you shot him at a scrape, can you get him mounted with his head? Like, people want that moment in time reflected in whatever it is that they're getting mounted. So.
And I help that with that a lot. They're like, well, it was doing this. I'm like, well, what about this? How can we do this like this? What are the ears doing? Try to just make that memory like forever and on their wall.
That's so cool. How'd you get into taxidermy? Give us a little backstory there.
Well, my ex-husband at the time went to school for it. And he was learning. I was working at a horse farm. He got busy. I had just started going in there and just dabbling around, playing a little bit better, and not a little bit better. I ended up better. It just kind of clicked with me, and I'm really artsy anyway. So long story short, he ended up getting another job to have insurance. The struggles that normal families have. And I kept going with taxidermy. There's another small town guy close to us that was doing it. I got a hold of him and said, hey, what do you think about us just joining forces, and it took him like 2 weeks to answer me. And I was like, oh man, what did I do? Why did I put myself out there? But he answered and says, you know what, Sarah, as soon as I got into this, I wanted to have you with me, So we worked together for a while, and then he moved on to different stuff, and I just went back to doing it on my own, and I have it at my house, and
it's a cool shop too.
Yeah, it is.
I love
Oh,
going
yeah.
in there.
very quaint.
I love going in there because it's like, well, I'm the same way. I always like seeing what people bring in, right? So when I brought mine over, I was like, all right, now I'm checking. I'm like, where was that shot? You know, it's always like, well, who shot that one? Is that a Michigan buck? Like, what is? You know, it's like it's fun to go around and hear the stories of all those deer that are in there.
What's the most unique in the last couple years? The most unique animal that has been brought in that you've done?
I don't know about unique in the last few years. We've had some pretty odd stuff. You know, we've had people try to get their house cats mounted, or
No way.
yeah,
That's funny.
we've had
That's what I'm going to do with the barn cat.
yeah, no.
Get Ghost just begging for food right there, like at the door.
Unreal.
The price is really high, and you have to pay up front.
Yeah.
And there's no rush.
There's no
No.
rush.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no
Is that legal? Can you do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
I mean,
Yep.
I mean, I'm
I
sure.
guess why
Apparently,
not, right?
yeah, but that's just
Yeah,
weird.
but who is going to tape a cat?
First of
Like,
all, who has cats?
yeah,
I mean,
That's cats that they care about.
barn cat, barn cat.
let's be honest.
Yeah.
Who has a cat?
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. You get like
Dogs.
like raccoons or like kind of other stuff.
Oh
where people are
yeah,
like,
yeah.
We're gonna do it.
Yep, got all kinds of stuff, and then I got a skunk this year. I finally said yes to a skunk. I've been saying no for years because they just smell
Stinky.
so bad. And I'm like, if you can get it without the scent gland, like without spraying, you
Yeah.
know, go ahead and I'll bring it in and we'll try it. So we got one. It doesn't smell too horrible.
Yeah.
We're gonna treat it, you know, and try to get the best we can and try to get that done. But I think that'll be a pretty cool mount when it's done.
It will be, but again, you put a skunk in your house. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna stink.
Yeah.
You know how the hides carry over.
Oh,
all
I'm
that
sure it's
smell.
like a gag, some
Oh,
sort of.
It's like the goat. Like
I was just gonna say,
thinking
it's
like the
like a
goat
goat.
hide.
Yeah.
Like, it's
New
a,
Zealand goat. Like you can't, no matter what you do, you can't get rid of that
Yeah.
smell on
Yeah.
the goat.
No, you
Elk too. I mean, they're
Yeah.
they're stinky animals.
I have a wallaby from New Zealand that I still have that I would love. I was thinking about standing up is full body, but like holding a remote tray. So I can just
so
put my
funny.
Is it in
remote
the
on
freezer?
it.
Or like a beer
Just
holder.
like a beer, something where I could just like have this standing
Yes.
up wallaby, and I can just like set my remote down. Like he's
Where's your
holding it.
wallaby at?
I got it in the. It's just a full.
Just
full,
tanned?
Yeah, full tanned.
Oh, I was gonna say it's still in the freezer from 25 years
No,
ago.
no, it's tanned. It's actually tanned. The freezer is full, but it's tanned. That one's
so
actually
funny.
done.
Yeah.
So they had to tan it before I got it shipped back.
Unreal.
So, but yeah.
The wallaby actually has kind of a funny story behind it. It's brief. I'll be brief with it. But we look over. We're in New Zealand. We look over. We're like, oh, like there it is. Or like the wallaby. Let's get him. So we both get set up, and I grab the rifle. I pull the rifle up, and I'm like messing with the magnification on my scope. You know, I'm dialing it. I get it zoomed in. I'm like, oh, this is where I need to be. I get down. I get right on the gun, and just as I'm about to pull the trigger. I don't know, you're shooting a 22 or something like
22
that.
22 with a banana clip.
This guy, literally, I'm like getting ready to touch this thing off, and they just started flying. Wallaby disappeared out of the scope. I'm like, oh man,
Like a Bass Pro Shops,
Yeah.
those little shooting galleries.
that's literally shooting the star. That's what it seemed like. It was just
In New Zealand, they do things a little different over there. And there was a 22 with a banana clip sitting in the front seat, and I was like, well, let's just try it. It's just and it lit it up, and I was like, and we're done. So,
Wallaby.
so many critters over there.
yeah, that was fun.
Crazy.
All right, so you win. Now the anticipation comes, and then for us, it's like, okay, now we got to schedule everything up, get lined up, and then the time has arrived, and we're in Missouri.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to leave 4 days in, but that was just a fun hunt all around.
It
Like,
was.
with everybody that you got to meet. Plus, that camp itself, and it was touch and go for a little bit there. The text chain was lighting up, and I was like, I want to be there so bad. But it was pretty cool. So tell us about your experience.
So rolling in and seeing the camp, I just got so excited. Like I'm a horse girl, camping girl, and everything.
Yep.
So seeing them tents and you guys standing around, it was like kind of surreal. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're doing this. Like when you first called and said like, hey, what do you think about staying here at our like base camp? I think you called it instead at the lodge. I'm like, yeah, heck yeah, I'm all for that. That sounds great. Yeah. And then getting there and the Cabela setup that was there was just amazing. Them tents, the little wood stoves in there, the cots, the sleeping bags.
Yeah.
I mean, we got some cold nights
Yeah,
there.
it was cold. And those sleeping bags held up.
Oh, they were nice.
Yeah.
As long as you were in that sleeping bag, nice and toasty. Yep.
Yeah. No,
Well, we had a lot going on that week. We had a lot of people in camp. So we had Joe from Western Hunter, Dave from Field and Stream was in, Scott from Peterson's was in. the Winchester crew. We had Sarah, us. Like we had a lot going on. So we were kind of celebrating the 10-year anniversary of Deer Season XP. We were doing some testing on some new ammunition that's going to come out here. We were doing the giveaway hunt. We were doing article stuff for magazines. We were filming for
Winchester Life.
Filming for Winchester Life. Like that was a pretty...
We never stop. I mean, those hunts, we never do stop. You get up early and you don't stop till late because there's always production work, always photos, always stuff to do.
Yeah.
And you always feel like you don't have enough time to get everything you want.
Right.
You know, you're just so limited.
Yep.
But you just, every day, you just got to, get as much as you can, and hopefully there's some good hunts that are taking place and everyone's having fun.
I think what helped a lot is the base camp thing. We've done the base camp in the past. We used to do it for years out in Kansas, but to be able to have it in Missouri now on the 1200 and everything is kind of there and contained in one spot.
Yeah.
It helps because some guys were Ironman sitting all day, right? And because it's the right time of year. Like when you think about that season, that gun season falls in the rut, in the heat of the rut down there in Missouri. And so you want to be in the field as much as possible, but we got so much production and all the other stuff going on. But just having the deer camp setup itself was awesome. And the new gear that we got from Cabela's, I know we're going to go through some gear stuff on different episodes, but the new gear is dialed.
It's great.
Makes that camp so damn comfortable.
Yeah, it was awesome.
A lot of people hear camp, they don't think that kind of camp.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I was making a list. I'm like, okay, I need this for the horse trailer, this for the horse trailer. Like, so when we go, I got all this stuff. Like, I will definitely be buying that stuff from Cabela's.
It was comfortable. We set you up in your own tent. You had the wood stove in there, and then the buddy heaters. If obviously, if it just needed a quick, just get some heat. But then we had the food, kind of the mess hall, if you will, and it was kind of fun. For me, one of my favorite parts is in the morning. Everybody kind of makes their way to the mess hall for snacks. And then in the evening when everybody's going in for a bush light and waiting on food. Because the stories of the day are happening, right? So you just hear all the different, I had this buck come up over there, I saw this doe, and you hear all of that, but then we're hustling and bustling behind the scene trying to get the food cooked and all the things, but then it's nice to just sit down and everybody's talking about the day's hunt. It's a lot of fun. And that environment really is kind of intimate,
At Keefer Brothers, our mission is to pass on what the wild has taught us. Every single step into the wild tells a story, and we've spent years capturing those moments in the rawest way possible. So if you're not afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and you want to go further and live the kind of life that most people only talk about, be sure to visit KeeferBrothers.com. Whether you're there for the stories, the skills, or the connection, everything lives at KeeferBrothers.com. and the all-new companion app.
Every shot counts. And when it's time to make it count, you want the best. Winchester Ammunition has built its legacy on a commitment to innovation by continuously pushing what's possible. In the heartland of America, the American legend crafts ammunition that's purpose-built, reliable, accurate, and ready to perform no matter how harsh the conditions. Whether you're hunting or shooting for sport, Winchester will be there.
All right, let's talk about beer for a second. You ever notice there's a big difference between Busch Light drinkers and other beer drinkers? I like to say we live on the wild side. A guy with a Busch Light in his hand, he's a man of the people. He's out there in the wild every day. He's in the trenches smashing bushies with a smile on his face. You know why? Because he doesn't care. He's not looking for a soulmate. He just needs something to wash that damn jerky down. And he's got himself a 12-pack of Freedom in a can. And when that can gets cracked, it's like opening a door to a whole different world. It's just a vibe. And if you haven't felt it, you should. So go grab yourself a case of bushies, give them a rip, and take a walk on the wild side. Wherever your adventure takes you, count on Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's to make it memorable. From the timberline to the campsites to the lake and the range, get your family outfitted with the right gear. With premium brands like Worldwide Sportsman, Ascend, Instinct, Redhead, and Natural Reflections, they've got the apparel and the gear to make it the best adventure ever. Stop by today for a one-of-a-kind shopping experience in-store or online at BassPro.com and Cabela's.com. See for yourself at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's stores. Your adventure starts here. So camp is obviously cool, but the hunting. Let's talk about the hunting because you You hunted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you Iron
I mean,
Man did.
you hunted.
Yeah.
I think of everybody that was there. I think you were
I
out
sat
5
every
days,
day,
5
all day
all-day
long.
sits.
Yep.
Yeah.
You were out there
and
the
you stuck
most.
with it too.
Yeah.
Like that was a big thing. So
Yep.
in that stand.
Well, from a guiding perspective, like one of the things that's always so hard with people is to just get them to have faith in the process and faith. Like we know what we're doing. It might not happen today. It might not happen tomorrow, but just hang in there.
Yeah.
And you were in the thick of it.
I was.
I mean, all day.
Even if I wouldn't have shot a deer at the end,
Yeah.
that hunt was amazing. It was action. The rut was on, and I've never experienced it to that extent. The chase, it was hardcore going on, and it was so enjoyable just to watch it.
Yeah.
You know, a doe comes by with 3 bucks chasing behind her, you know, and comes back by again, and then the chase in the woods, and it was awesome to see. Yeah.
Talk about your setup a little bit. So you're in an elevated blind, but like overlooking the ditch and all the stuff that you're
Yeah,
looking
so I'm in a cut cornfield behind me, and got a little bit of row of corn that the farmer left behind, and a big field kind of wrap around it a little bit with some fingers coming down and stuff into it. And I was seeing it nonstop from daylight to dark. Like there was deer, whether it be a yearling or, you know, them little scrub bucks that you just sit there and watch and take it in. And me as a taxidermist, I'm watching like their facial expressions and stuff and the things that they're doing and
that's cool.
trying to take all that in. But was seeing the chase. I saw the big buck one time, didn't get a chance at him, and then I was just kept seeing it behind them woods. So I think I texted you, Jay, and I was like, hey, you know, is there anybody hunting back there? Or maybe it was you. 'Cause that's where the action's at. It's back there, and you guys were on it that night. Like you're like, all right, this is where it's gonna go. Your stand, we can just hook onto it and pull it around, and you did, and we were in it. Like it happened.
Well, you're good. I mean, you're a good hunter, but you know enough to observe movement and what's going on, and that's what I mean. That's always what we've always talked about: observe where the movement is and
adjust.
And adjust.
Yeah.
You have to adjust. I mean, if they're not where you are, there's always a chance to go where they are.
Yeah.
And you did
Especially
that.
in gun season.
Especially in gun season. Just get a little closer. Just get a little more of an advantage. And that night, what, 10:30?
Yeah.
Yeah, we waited till probably 10:30 and then went and grabbed that blind and made the move and got around there and reset it up on the opposite side. And it's funny because if you actually draw a straight line across the way the crow flies, it's probably like 300 yards.
Yeah, it wasn't very
But
far.
it's on the back side of the ditch. You can't ever shoot over there because of the way that ditch sits.
It's a ditch and there's timber all in it, so you can't shoot, through it.
You couldn't even get a bullet through that timber right there where I was seeing them. Like even if you saw them in there, you weren't gonna be able to shoot them unless you come out with that doe or something.
Yeah.
So we literally just, right around to the other side and the back side. And in the morning, my concern was getting in there in the morning because that's a spot where where you started hunting on basically on the one side, you can get in there pretty quick and quiet. But coming into the other side, you got to go through
the middle.
You got to go right through the middle of a lot of really good shit. Most of it evening, nighttime destination food where they're going to be. So that was my only concern with that. But obviously it didn't matter because there he is.
Yeah.
You got in there undetected. So or even that time of year, you know how they get. Especially if you.
So walk me through the story of this one because there's some rattling involved. Which
there is.
How cool is that? First off,
it was awesome. Well, my boyfriend went and sat with me that morning. He didn't go on his hunt. He sat with me, and when we were actually driving out of the driveway, he's like, "Hey, should I grab them big sheds?" And he said, so you're like, yeah, grab them because you got to have the bigger horns or whatever for this time of year. And my boyfriend will say, you got to have the clunkers, not the clankers, and to get them big deer in. And so you dropped us off. We're sitting out there, and it's kind of dead, nothing happening. And I'm second guessing myself, like, oh man, what did I do? Like I was seeing deer nonstop, 300 yards away, but we're not seeing nothing here. Oh man, I made a mistake. And so Tim, he's like, you want me to start rattling? I'm like, yeah, go out the back door, And so he steps out the back door on the stairs, and he's just giving it with them clunkers. And it wasn't 5 minutes. He wasn't even done. No, it wasn't even that long because he wasn't even done with his rattling sequence. All of a sudden, he's like, Sarah, big buck. And I'm like, what? Like, are you joking? Like, I'm looking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I see it, And so he leans in and opens that window for me, and I get all set up, and I'm on it, and then, gets behind a tree, you can't shoot, and then he moves, and then I move to get with him, and then like fall off my rest and get all settled again. And I see the body, like there's no doubt I'm going to shoot this deer. He's a big mature deer, and of course behind a tree again. And then I'm seeing like the canopy of the trees is going to get thick if he walks any farther. And I'm like, I got to do it right now, And I shot, and I just was uncontrollably shaking. And I always say, if I ever lose that feeling, never hunting again.
Just stop.
That feeling is so amazing.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm just sitting there shaking. I'm like, what do you think? And of course, it's so loud in that blind. There's gun smoke. My ears are ringing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, did I just shoot through the hole of the through the blind? I put a hole in it. Like, what's going on? And Tim's like, no, I seen it jump up in the air, and then it went down in kind of like a ravine or whatever, and didn't come out. So we were pretty hopeful. And then of course everybody on chat starts.
Oh,
I heard it. I think it was Sara.
That thing started going off. It was like gunshot. Then Casey's like, I got this one. Then it was like another, and I'm like, oh boy.
Well, there's so much going on at camp when it happened.
Because there was there's stuff at camp going on. Photos were being done. Drones were being flown. And I'm just like sitting there reading it.
Yeah.
Like, I read the hunt.
It was probably 10 or 10:30, right? Was it right around in there?
It probably was.
I feel like it's probably 10:30.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we had stuff. Well, I was recovering my deer.
Yeah, we didn't go yet. It was right when we were getting ready to jump in the tracker to go out and
we had done the drone part, but we were going to physically get him.
Yeah.
When she shot, and we're like, well, that was Sara.
Yeah.
Definitely Sara.
Yeah. Let's let him rest for a minute. Yeah. We got to figure out how.
Then it's the waiting game, right? Because I hear the shot, and I'm like, my first instinct is I want to text you or call and be like, what's going on? What do you got? But then I know that feeling on the other end of like,
let it just experience it.
Just let it go and let it figure out, and we'll see what happens, right? So that's what it was like. All right, we'll let that sit for a minute while we're focused on all this stuff. Yeah. I mean, it was just mass chaos.
Yeah, and you did call, and I couldn't even talk because I was shaking so bad. I'm just like, here's my boyfriend. Just talk to him. Like, I couldn't even like get words out. I was shaking
that
so
was
bad.
probably my favorite part. We actually have it on film.
Yeah,
it was my favorite part of the whole thing because I think I said something like, what do you got? And you're like, I just shot it. I'll let Tim tell you. It was basically like, I can't talk here until take the phone. So it was cool.
Oh, that's so cool.
Super cool.
Yeah.
That reaction, that emotion, though, I mean, that's why we do this ultimately.
Right.
I mean, it's so cool for me because I get as much joy out of your reaction as I do when I pull the trigger myself. Yep. So probably even more so, to be honest. It's the guide in me. But, I ended up going and I recovered my deer, and then eventually we came and made our way over to you. Mm-hmm. And
yeah, that sitting and waiting was the hardest part.
I know, but I do appreciate it.
Yeah. I hope I got him. I hope he's laying right there. I don't know exactly what he is.
A 6.8 Western.
Yes.
Ended up running about 80 yards, probably 100 yards, maybe.
Yeah, and the only reason he went that far is because it was downhill.
Yes.
I mean,
he was smoked.
Yeah,
smoked.
Yeah,
he's a great buck. This is the first time obviously I saw the pictures, but I hadn't seen the antlers yet. Just the mass on him.
So mainframe 10,
mainframe 10, double split brows, narrow, but yet still has everything you need. So he's got the tine length, the mass, and the beams.
Mass,
he's
chocolatey
narrow,
buck.
but at the end of the day, he's got that chocolate kind of old, mature look to him. Casey, you and I were talking about this earlier. The older they get, the more the kind of these purling, these things down here start to pop. It's just you can tell where he was rubbing. So
Shane's got piles of pictures of him.
His skull plate is so thick.
Yeah, it is. He's just an awesome buck. Chocolate horn too. I love that.
Well, and I think you made mention. You're like, my dream buck has always been to shoot like a high tight basket kind of. I mean, I don't know that they come any freaking cooler than that one.
Dreams came true. My biggest buck today, only 14 inches wide and still scores in the 150.
Yep.
That's good. That's a good buck right there.
But when you look at the G2s like that, I mean, that helps. The mass, just everything there.
That's what I'm most impressed about that deer is the mass. Mm-hmm. I mean, we
got it everywhere.
Well, he carries it in his tines, which is interesting. Like the whole thing has mass. Everything does. Tines, beams, everything.
Great brow tines. Brow tines make a buck, in my opinion.
They can,
100%. A good brow tine set, it just
especially
sells
6 or 7s like
sells
these look
it.
like.
Yeah.
I mean, you start to get into that range, man. You're adding 14 inches just like that.
Yeah.
So.
Was that the first buck you've ever rattled in?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so cool.
Yeah.
It happens quick though, doesn't it?
It does.
I mean, it's like, whoa, there they are.
You don't do it in Michigan.
No.
I mean,
no. And even after I shot him and we're sitting there, we're talking just, my boyfriend and I, just like this. And another busted up 8-point that I've been seeing all week comes walking in trying to find that rattling still, even after the gunshot went off and everything. And it was crazy. Like, he walked up and he literally walked to where I shot that deer. and was sniffing around and everything.
he?
And
Yeah.
he's like, where are they? I'm going to beat them up.
Yeah, they're here somewhere. They're here somewhere.
When they're in that zone, man, the time is right. Like there's certain windows in time, maybe 2-3 days here or 2-3 days there, but where rattling is just insane.
Well, you mentioned Zoe goes there. I've always found that fascinating with whitetail. Is I had a morning this year in Ohio where I rattled, and I had 6 bucks within a period of time come through. And what amazes me every time is that they come to the base of the tree. And so you think about that. Like I saw this buck. He came from like down a valley up the other side, 0 sight. Comes down all the way up, all the way, and comes to my tree and is standing there looking. And I'm like, how did he know that from the sound that I just put out in the woods, he knew this tree was the one? I mean, that to me is just...
It's like they're so familiar with the ground, for one. They can, with their ears, they can just pinpoint it.
Pinpoint it and go, I know it's got to be right there on top of that ridge. Because again, they're
they
there
grew
all
up
day,
there.
every
They live
day.
there.
They
every
live
day.
there, right? But it's just incredible to me that in a course of, an hour, I had 6 different bucks all come to the base. And stand there and look around like, well, you should be right here.
Right.
Like, where are you? Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing.
I've got one in Kansas that I remember. That the deer I'm talking about, he was like 130-inch 8-point, like a 3-year-old. And I rattled him. He came from a half mile. I'm not kidding. Like I couldn't even see him when I rattled, and he popped way out of the bottom in the corner when I started hitting him, and I stopped like right then and there, and that deer ran. All the way up through that field, and honest to God, stopped. His ear was touching the ladder stick.
Wow.
I'm like,
Yeah.
like to that deer more than any other deer I've ever rattled in. I was like, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's fascinating to me. It's always fascinating to me. I mean, rattling is such an incredible tool that time of year, especially when you get them hot like that.
Yeah.
And there's a window, and then you can tell when the window goes away.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can tell, like you stop.
We're on the back end.
Antlers.
I almost feel like we were not past, but they were heavily breeding.
I think
like
while we were on the hunt,
Lockdown.
it went away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it started where it was like, and then it's literally a matter of days, and then it's like they just don't react the same that they normally do. But you catch that window, that open window, that early one, man, it is exciting. You wake the woods in the morning, and then you're just all you hear is shh, and you're like, what's happening? And it just turns on. It's wild. So
Well, I think that on your hunt, we were definitely in lockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was seeing deer. Most people were seeing good deer, but they were buried in the timber, stuck tight in the timber, or with their doe or on a doe or whatever. So we fought that for a couple of days. And then the one day, I think we talked about this, but the one day I went to leave, I was taking Scott to the blind, and I got 100 yards from camp. And on just off the gravel road in the bottom right there behind camp, there was a buck standing like literally from here to the display right there, and climbed up on a doe as I was sitting next to him in the truck with the truck running.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, that tells you everything you need to know about.
And a big deer, too.
Oh, yeah. A big deer. And then a second big 5.5-year-old came out and crossed the gravel. I put the truck in reverse and backed up, and it was, they're still just doing their thing.
they didn't care about you.
This is what's going on. They're just buried in this stuff, and they've got their does with them. And then they started to break loose. I think over the next 2-3 days, they started to break up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then in a flurry on one day, it was like boom, boom, boom. Like everybody just starts
3 bucks in
deer.
literally an hour.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 hit the dirt.
So crazy.
Yeah,
Overall, though, it was a fun hunt, man. It was awesome. Just seeing you guys be successful and waiting all that time after the giveaway. It's that's so hard to do. You wait all the way till the following fall and then finally put it together. So
Was the wait worth it?
Oh, the wait was definitely worth it. Yeah, I was gonna say the wait wasn't nothing. I was excited the whole way leading up to it. Like, this is happening.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it was incredible. Fun stuff. Missouri is just a special place, too. It's just
The ground you guys have out there
isn't that
is
amazing?
beautiful. I don't think I've seen prettier ground ever.
Yeah,
It's unreal. That place is unreal.
it's incredible.
And there's other ground around there that Shane's got that we're trying to go private on all of that stuff that is every bit as good. It's just in smaller chunks.
Right.
So it's been an undertaking, but hopefully we get there, make it private, and it's crazy.
For some of us, the hunt never stops. Grizzly understands that more than most. Rugged, reliable, and built to never back down. Whether you're on the trail, by the water, or deep in the dark timber, Grizzly is by your side. Tough enough to take on the wild and ready for whatever you can throw. Grizzly is committed to products that never let you down. Always on the hunt with Grizzly.
Out here in the wild, precision isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity. Leupold Optics is built on the foundation of American craftsmanship, where every features function first. For over a century now, they've combined dedication and technology with a relentless put-it-to-the-test attitude, creating optics that stand up when everything else stands down. When it matters most, you need the best. That's what you get with Leupold Optics. While other companies out there warranty failure, Leupold guarantees performance for life. You've got things that matter. Memories, heirlooms, documents, firearms. And we all know that life is unpredictable. At Winchester Safes, they make sure life's unpredictable moments don't take those things from you. They use state-of-the-art methods that refuse to sacrifice quality. They put everything they have into their products, offering proven protection and peace of mind. There's only one safe company worthy of the title, the American Legend, and that's Winchester Safes. Follow at Winchester Safes or learn more on winchestersafes.com. When you're miles from help, second chances don't exist. That's why we shoot Rage broadheads. Massive cutting diameter, field point accuracy, and devastating results when it matters most. Hunt with Rage.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun one. So Michigan season, you come back, are you stacked up with, are you getting,
I'm
Are
stacked.
you just stacked right
Yes.
now?
Before we dive into now, talk about Kansas, because you killed in Kansas
that's right,
before you
that's
came
right.
to
I
us.
did,
Yeah.
yes.
So
yeah.
tell
And no
everybody about
slouch either.
Yeah.
No, that was another 150, and he's, of course, this one kind of fits inside it. He's just wider and taller, and but this one scores more. It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Look deer, that's what we call
Yeah.
those other ones.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
look
yeah,
giant,
yeah.
Yeah.
don't score much.
Yeah, and that was
I've been
another
pretty good
thing.
at killing those lately.
That was another time, sitting all day waiting, just putting the time in, and
Were you hunting private ground or were you hunting public land?
it's private.
Private ground,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, we did go through an outfitter out there that we've gone through a few times. Absolutely love it out there. Takes good care of us, and that deer come in, and actually he had his reveal camera was set up and got the deer on camera, and he was texting me and I didn't know it, and he's like, "It's a good one. I think if you want to shoot it, and I didn't see any of it, and I shot it, and I picked up my phone. I'm like, oh, he told me. He saw it.
Yeah.
And I called them, and they're like, we were wondering, is she gonna shoot it? Is she gonna shoot it? Like, it's a big one. But yeah, that one jumped the fence and come at me, and I literally said out loud, I went, holy shit. Like, that was the biggest buck I'd seen, personally and out hunting. So came off from the high on that hunt right to you guys, and it didn't stop.
And that was with your bow.
Yeah, that was with my crossbow. Yep.
Crossbow,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you go Crossbow, Kansas, come right in, step in with a 6.8 Western into camp, and it just started from there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And camp was amazing with all the guys that you guys had out there. Like, everybody just so down to earth, and
Yep.
It was a good.
it was
a good crew. It was a lot of fun. And like Casey said earlier, we had so many different reasons that everyone was there. So it was, from you and the giveaway to the writers that were writing about new ammo to filming for hosting to, it was just like there were so many things going on in that period of time.
Yeah.
But it was chaos. Not a lot of sleep, but it was chaos.
No.
But it was a lot of fun.
No,
Yeah.
you get home and you're like, I'm going to catch up on some sleep, man. Like,
Oh man.
because we had a run. There was a 3-week run
yeah.
between Ohio and Missouri, and we talked about that. But it's a lot. It's a lot going on at all times.
I always say I'm going to catch up on sleep, and then at 4:00 in the morning, bing,
Yeah.
my eyes
Yeah.
open. When I get home, I'm like, welp. I
Yep.
guess this is the new pattern for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
used to this now.
Yeah, it just
it was
never
really
happens.
eye-opening out there, seeing you guys doing what you could do and everything that goes into the show, what you guys put out. I was like, oh my gosh,
It's
so
nonstop.
much.
You got to see
So
the
much
behind the
into it.
scenes of
Yeah.
what, a lot of people just see the clip, right? Of like, well, that happened, but then you did
Well, that
get a chance
happened
to
because
see.
this and this and this, and we did that.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Yeah.
so much behind it.
Yeah, there's a lot. And I think that's what I love about it, though. I don't know. I can't imagine any time just going on a hunt with no camera, with no goal other than just to go to my stand and shoot deer.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
And I think there's part of you that is like, yeah, I'd like that. And then you'd shoot the deer and you'd be like, God dang it.
Yeah.
You know, there's no, I didn't document any of
that
that.
footage would have been.
It would have been so great.
Oh, you did this, and I could have.
And oh man, that snort wheeze out
just
there,
built
and
into our
all
DNA
those
now.
things. You know, it's like we're built different.
Yeah.
You know.
Or you go out and you have things that happen, like happened to Shane, where he had a young buck literally in the CRP rub his leg.
Yeah. How about
You
that
know what I mean?
story?
With no camera.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
like,
gosh.
what? Like, that's the kind of thing that would happen to me. Something incredible.
Yeah, something just mind blowing.
But
Yeah.
when you got back to mid, did you hunt when you came home or no?
No.
No.
I don't have no time to hunt. When I come, we do the out of state hunts on purpose. You know, go get away. We know what we're kind of going after.
Yeah.
Michigan's got a little work to do on that department. I mean,
It does.
And Michigan could be one of the biggest buck states around.
Yeah.
I agree.
They got everything.
Yep.
But
Up by us, like northern, lower, so we're basically in central Michigan. It's tough.
Yeah.
There's certain pockets that are pretty good, but the smaller parcels of land, when they start getting small,
It's tough, man.
it's tough. You can't control much. The
Right,
management's not there, you know, property to property. And it's just, that's the way it's always been. You might get a 140-inch buck sneak through every once in a while, but that's a rarity in the certain counties. Now there's other ones, you go south in Michigan, southern Michigan is freaking phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. You can
Like
get some-
Booner's factory, like down in the southern parts, but up by us, man, it's tough.
Yep.
It is. Have you seen any big boys come in?
I have, and actually, we got a giant from our county. Actually, it's kind of unheard of, and my son actually was hunting that deer for 3 years along with the neighbor, and the neighbor got it this year, and it's a 160s.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
beautiful.
Gladwin County 160s?
Yeah, close to home.
Dang.
Yes, yep.
God, that's a
beautiful
stud.
deer.
Yeah.
I'll have a picture. I'll show you guys later. You just
Yeah.
won't even believe it. I mean, that's what I go out of state for.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there was one right in the county.
Yeah.
There's
One,
more and
though.
more.
Yeah,
Chris
one.
knows.
There was a bunch of these, right? And there's
Yeah.
one of those
Yeah.
in the county.
And it's getting better, you know, especially with the younger hunters coming up. They see the hunting shows and they're like, well, I don't want to go shoot this little 2.5-year-old 8-point. I want to wait. I want something bigger. So the younger generation is really making an impact on the hunting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. You see it more and more in the areas that would never, like that was probably a county record. It still might, who knows, that could be, I don't know of a buck, I haven't heard of a buck in that county bigger than that.
Yeah.
But there's more and more in the 50s and, sneaking into the 60s, and that's, just age.
Yeah. I got a hold of the people with the commemorative bucks in Michigan, and I'm like, hey, what do you think? Like, what's book? What's he got to do? And he's like, oh, yeah, he's in it, So he gets to get it free scored and all this stuff. And he'll be in the book.
It's a top 10. That's probably a top 10 of Gladwin County.
I would
wouldn't,
think so.
would not doubt it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He's a stud, for
That's
sure.
so cool.
But that's, we did that for years on that property. Like, we're not shooting these little ones. We're going to wait. And
Eventually
it's
they
paying
get there.
out.
Yeah. Eventually they get there.
It's age over everything. That's what we talk about down in Missouri. I think that's one of the first things we talked about the night everybody was there. Is like we're chasing age over everything.
It's age over score.
You want to shoot at 130 as long as he's 4 or 5.5. I don't care. Go
Yeah.
for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just age over everything.
And I was really trying to do that this year, like trying to see, like, okay, this is what a mature deer looks like. That's what we're going after. And I had a couple good encounters down there with some nicer bucks that in Michigan I would have pulled the trigger in a second.
Yeah.
There wouldn't have been no doubt.
Hesitation, yeah.
But down there I'm like, all right, we're going for age.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
okay, that one gets a pass.
Yeah.
That one gets a
My
pass.
friends at home are like, why did you pass that deer? And I'm like, that's not what we're going for.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ball game.
You can
for
be more
sure when you're
selective.
down there.
You can.
I think Joe, we ran into one. Joe had a couple. He had 2 in one day. Because everybody, we talk about age and it can be intimidating, especially if you haven't been whitetail hunting a lot. And Joe's from Arizona.
He's Coos deer
Yeah,
hunter.
he's Coos deer guy, right?
With
And so-
fawns.
yeah, and so he had 2 deer come in that just, in his mind, he's looking at them. These things are giant, but are they? Like, I'm used to looking
They're
at Coos
only deer in a field, so
Yeah.
they're like singles. He didn't have anything to compare them
No,
to.
he had no reference, and
Yeah.
he brought the video back, and he's like, I had these guys. What do you think? And we were all like, that is definitely an old buck.
That's like an 8-year-old deer.
Yeah. Didn't score, 130, right?
yeah.
But an old, mature, a bully buck, basically.
Yeah.
Buck that chases all the young 4.5 studs out of there. So
He said later he had a couple like smaller bucks come out, and he's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Like that was a giant-bodied buck. I messed up bad.
Yeah.
But he was good. He's good about it. He's like, "Man, I'm learning. Man, I'm having fun. That's cool."
yeah.
Yeah.
determining age is always interesting when you're looking at a deer, especially in different parts of the country.
Yeah, different parts of the country is different.
Yeah, what's a big deer look like in Missouri versus a big deer in Saskatchewan or in Michigan, or I mean, it's just everything's relative, right? But the one thing I heard, Shane actually told me this one time. He said, if it looks like you can take your finger and lift him up in the middle of his belly, if he tips forward, it's an old deer. Meaning that big, deep, broad chest, and that's one of the things I always look at. Like, it's a really cool way of putting it. Pick him up, and if he tips forward, it's an old buck.
Yeah,
so.
I think age is. I mean, it is one of the hardest things, but it just comes with repetition. It just comes with seeing them. Right? As much as we're out there, it's like you can look over in the binos, and before anything, I mean, I'll look at antlers, but before anything, I look at the body, and I'm like, if he's young, I don't even get. I'm like
worked up.
Yeah, I'll just Louis. I would just go. Nah, he's young. He's like, he's giant. I'm like, he's young though. He's like, it's like we have this like debate in the tree all the time. He's like, he's giant. No, he's young.
My favorite move is when whoever's behind the camera goes, I'm on him.
Oh
yeah,
which means
I'm on him. Great footage.
Yeah,
Great footage.
He looks so good.
I mean,
I'm on S&Q.
He's your deer. I got that this year once already. We'll talk about, but he's like, he
is pretty good. Look at him when he looks away.
He's in focus. I'm like, nope, not happening.
Then he walks away. You're like, damn. Yeah. He's a good buck.
Man, look at him walking away.
They all look good walking away.
Yeah. And he definitely was old enough. He was too old. He was actually too old to shoot. Yeah. He's going to die of natural causes in a year, that one. So we're good. Yeah, that's crazy. Lots of fun, man. Season like that when you get everybody together. I think it's half the battle. I mean, this is obviously the reward, but half the battle is just having a good camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great camp. Everybody, and like the Winchester people, the Field and Stream, or not Field and Stream.
Field and Stream.
They were all amazing. Like, they got big time jobs and they're doing it, but here's little old me. But I always felt like I was just part of the crew.
I think that's what we've learned over the years. That's why we love it. Is there's nobody that's too big in our industry name wise to not share a camp with. I mean, they're all just regular people like us. They just have a job that requires them to do things that people love. And it kind of puts them up on this little pedestal in our little world. And most of the time, 99% of the time, these are just regular great people. And I think you see that, some of these guys have big titles. And they make big decisions for whether it's Winchester Ammo or Winchester Firearms or Field and Stream. But they're just regular dudes, man.
But everybody comes to deer camp and everybody's there for the same thing. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy it. That's what it's about,
Well, there's a common bond there because it strips titles away, right? When you're in a camp and you're sitting around, your day was just as interesting as my day, and I had just as much fun, and you saw more than I saw. And when when everybody's sitting around like that, it's just, to me, those are the things I just try to take in as much as possible. The memories of the camps, you know. I mean, it's just fun to hear all the stories, especially if it's first time stories, and then you're just like the excitement when someone's telling it. I'm like, I love that.
I texted my girls, I go back and sit in the chair in front of my tent and just take it all in and listen to all the information that's coming out of everybody's mouth, and taking it all in and learning. And I'm like, this is amazing. Like, I'm just taking it all in and living in this moment. Like, it's great.
That's awesome.
I'm over there sweating bullets because nobody's killed shit.
I know. And I'm frying up some grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup. I was like, here we go.
I was
chopping food.
Fully expecting by day 2 we're tagged out, we're done, we're over with. And day 4 I'm sitting there like, oh my Lord, this can't
what was
happen.
It 2 years ago or 3 years ago? An opening weekend was 13 deer, it was like some
craziness,
like 10 deer or something on in the opening day over 150.
Oh yeah,
like right there. And then we're 3 days in and
sweating.
None of us have shot. None of us. And it was like, oh man, what are we gonna? And then
there's 13.
Now it didn't help. It was 74 degrees on opening. Like that. Between that and lockdown, we had quite the shit to overcome.
And then the weirdest weather change. It was no wind. It was foggy. It was like damp. The air was damp on that 5th day. And I'm like, shit, now we have this to deal with to try and kill a deer. I'm like, it ain't going to happen unless something wild happens. And then boom, boom. Then that was just the weather change that deer needed. It didn't matter what the weather change was, but it was really consistent for like 3 days after the heat. And then that was just a weird day. And you know how that is. Just a weird change like that. And weather sometimes just changes it up enough.
I lost that day. If I was a betting man, I'm like, they're not going to move for shit today. This is going to suck. Like, it just felt to me like it was going to suck. And when nobody was seeing anything out of the gate, even you, when we moved, you're like, no, nothing yet. I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, this can't happen, you know? And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
bam, bam, bam. It's like, well, and there's deer hunting for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Traditional fireball. Did I miss the traditional fireball?
There was a fireball.
Did I miss
We
it?
did a couple.
I got the picture and I was like,
It was a great
that's the part I
picture.
missed is the fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I was waiting for the comment on the coyote. Did you see the coyote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually see it at first, and it was somebody said that they do fireball, and I was like, I think so, and I went back to the picture and I went, and literally holding the coyote like this,
Like a prop.
Yeah,
Like a
Like at a
Muppet.
deer show.
At first,
Or
when
a
I saw
dog
it, I
show.
thought someone had their dog in there. I was like, "Oh yeah!" I didn't even like, and then I realized it was the coyote. That
Yeah,
you
like
guys
look at
were
his
on
back. It's
Yeah.
so flat.
It did. It looked like the
Yeah.
Westminster. Is that it?
Westminster
Dog Show.
Coyote
We were all
show.
doing it, and that dog was laying there, and somebody's like, "Get the coyote in here!" We're like, "Hell yeah!"
That thing
Get him in the
stunk.
picture. Oh, it's terrible.
Terrible,
That
but
was
yeah,
funny.
no, it was cool, man. That was fun to have to end on that note.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
to end on that note, to have $3 hanging in camp and
Pressure's
you know,
like relieved.
lit up and photos and video, and it's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie. My favorite part of the entire trip is that you caped out your own deer. Because normally that always comes down to the guys here,
Right.
and I'm like, I got this deer to do, I got that deer to do, I got that deer to do, and I look over and you got your knives out. I'm like, oh, Sarah's good.
Yeah.
She
I
knows
got
what
it.
she's
Yeah,
doing.
I got nothing to worry about here.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Normally
Yeah.
we have this like, we cape the first deer, then I'll start caping the heads and then the deer, and it's like this whole thing. But then I said to Casey, I go, man, sorry, I wish I was down there with it. He goes, Sarah's here. And I go, that's right. Yeah, she can definitely cape a head off. Yeah, no problems there.
Yeah, he took the first one off the body, and then I just sat on the ground and
Yeah.
caped that one out for
I'm
that
like,
guy.
here you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
took it off the head for him. And,
That's perfect.
Well, having help is always appreciated.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
No, it's fantastic.
and I'm not a person to sit on my hands, so like if there's something to do, like let me do it. I want
Yeah.
to.
Get in.
Yeah.
All right. So overall, great experience.
Wonderful experience.
Awesome.
Yes.
We certainly appreciate you joining the sweepstakes and the support you've given us and the taxidermy and everything. It's been awesome. So
I wanted to check in because you had some guys that were trying to win the Busch Light giveaway we got going on right now. How
they
are they
drinking
doing?
enough Busch
How are
Light?
they doing in
Find an
there?
orange can yet?
Well, what did they say? Then they sent you a note or something.
They did. I don't know if I can say that on here or not, or
Oh, yeah.
I won't even remember it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like, "Tell them like we drank probably 20 cases on their last hunt, and we didn't find a single orange can."
They're trying.
And then
trying.
the things that they said they would do to be able to be on this hunt that I was on with you guys,
Yeah.
it just made me laugh so hard.
oh,
yeah.
that's so fun.
I love how they're giving it their best effort.
Hey.
They're
Yes.
20, 30 racks deep.
I love
From
it.
the hometown, that's all we do back there.
Yep.
There was
Give it best effort.
Yep, best effort. See how she pans out.
There's a local here that was drinking a beer. Shocker, local was over at the Great Hall.
Oh yeah.
And one of our buddies went in there to get. He has like a little store there where you can get 4-H stuff. He has different like bacon and stuff like that. So he stopped in there, and the guys were drinking in the back. And one guy opened up the thing and got a can, and it was an orange one.
Oh my!
And he started screaming, and he was like, "I got it!" And he's yelling, and he comes out and he tells his Acker, and he says, he goes, "I can enter to win a hunt with the Keefer brothers." And without even fail, the next guy got a second can.
No
In the
way.
same 30
Second
pack?
can. No, different.
Oh, different
The guy's
30.
like, open the other ones. They open it, and there was a second one.
No
there's
way.
my
two.
God.
They got,
That's
No
the
way.
first two I've heard
they
of.
got
Two of 500.
That's the only two that I've heard of, and that was the second. So he had two cans, and they were like, "We got two chances," and they were all fired
awesome.
up. Isn't that crazy?
If
Yeah.
we do another giveaway and somebody just down the road wins it,
I know.
No, that'll be
Well, they got
be
this
good.
thing rigged.
Unreal.
Yeah, I did see one online though. Someone tagged us. Online.
That's what I. That's the one I saw.
Someone tagged us online from a restaurant.
Yeah.
badass.
Can you imagine being in a restaurant and like a waitress?
It had to be like
serves
an
orange
Eagles
can,
or
like a
moose.
Or,
Had to be
yeah,
a
it was like a
moose.
moose, and some
Yeah.
some guy got the orange can when he ordered a Busch Light.
Wow.
So they
Yeah.
must not have really known that was a lot going on there. So
God
that's
bless it.
kind of funny.
Thank God
Well, how
somebody
many?
did.
Yeah, I wonder how many bars and restaurants are putting them all, facing them all in the cooler. Like, ooh, here's an orange one.
Yeah, here's an orange one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably. That's a great point. They probably don't even know.
No,
Yeah,
the
they
guy
probably
got
don't
it
even
in
know.
that.
Yeah,
It was
they're
in a
just filling
restaurant.
fridges.
He was
Why
like,
is that
best Busch Light I ever ordered. Waitress brought him an orange can. He was like, I'll take that. And he
Hopefully she
literally-
got a good tip.
Yeah, exactly. And she was like, wait, what? What is it?
Did they give a holy shit? I never win anything except the trip to Africa a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, except that. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Cool.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you coming on the hunt. We
Yeah.
appreciate you being here. And,
I appreciate you guys immensely. Like, it was a hunt of a lifetime.
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Glad we could make it happen. Glad we could share camp. I do have a bunch of deer in the back of my truck that you can take back to your shop with you when you leave here. So
I do too, but I forgot them. Shocker. So.
Well, I'm not very far away.
Yeah, you're not
the
very
wall,
far away.
He's got a wall of 150s.
I got the
Yeah.
150 pile.
We're gonna do something cool with
do
that.
something cool. You
We'll
got to
figure
help
that
me
out.
out. Figure
Yeah.
it out. I got a lot of those 150s in a pile in the garage. We got to do something. Clean them up.
Yep.
Tell everybody if they want to check your stuff out with Resurrected Art Forms. Where can they find you?
Yeah, I'm just online on Facebook, Resurrected Art Forms.
Yep.
That's it.
Come find me.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Sarah. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
We'll get the dirt on JB later.
Yeah.
It's out
Once
there.
we cut, we're going to get some uncensored stories for sure. Thanks, everybody.
Mama say it's a new day song.
Seeing your arrow vanish in the dark is pure adrenaline. Nocturnal makes it clear. Bright, tough, and dead simple to use. Low light or last light. Track your shot all the way through. Shoot Nocturnal.
Some call it out on the trail. I like to call it the road less traveled. The kind of place where the going gets tough. That's where Tracker Off-Road comes in. Made for those who won't back down. Tracker Off-Road delivers the hardest working machines with the greatest capability at the strongest value in the industry. Built by those who know what it takes and designed for those who don't turn back. Tracker is dedicated to delivering machines that let you get the most out of your day and your dollar. Ready to take on your next adventure? Go with Tracker Off-Road.
Accuracy isn't optional. It's survival. Carbon Express arrows are built for serious hunters chasing clean kills and confidence in every shot. Across the Midwest or all through Alaska, it does not matter. Hunt hard and shoot straight. Carbon Express.